fine. It's me, Andy Goldstein, alongside is Darren Ambrose. We've got lots coming up between now and 7. A bit later on, of course, at the end, we'll have the end of show quiz. Guess the intro, one of my favourite parts of any show. We'll also be looking into Southampton against Liverpool. Just quickly, just a score prediction from you. We'll talk about that later, but what do you think the score will be in that?
4-0 Liverpool.
Okay. Fine. You've ruined my show already. We'll also be looking ahead to, or looking back at Arsenal in the middle hour, but we're going to begin with Newcastle, of course, from last night, who are exceptional. We've been asking a few questions. What can they do next season? What do they need, or who do they need to bring in to get top 6? Can they challenge for top 4? Is it feasible that Eddie Howe could create a good enough squad, good enough 11 to knock on the door of top 4?
I hope so. It'll be an unbelievable achievement, being where they were when he came in. So the following season, competing for top 4.
Is he the manager? Because a lot of people thought that he would come in to save them, to build them up, to get a mid-table, and then, for argument, I'm not a fan, but for argument's sake, Jose Mourinho's name was mentioned, that he would be the one to take them to the next level. Could Eddie Howe take them to the next level?
I think he needs the opportunity to take them to the next level. I would be concerned, though, if he started poorly next season, they could pull the trigger quickly. Yeah. I honestly think, and who knows what Jose Mourinho is going to be up to. There's a real connection between Jose Mourinho and Newcastle. I hope he's given a fair shot because he deserves it. From what he's done since he arrived at the football club. Okay, he spent money at Bournemouth, but he's never had this amount of finances to spend. So it's worth seeing if he can.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I was thinking last night how well he's done, how well he's coached them as well. I know this is early. I know Southgate's going nowhere, but I was thinking, Eddie Howe, next England manager.
I mean, it's a good option. You've got Graham Potter as well, get spoken about, Eddie Howe. They're good options for the future. And I agree. What he's done, when he brought Bruno Guimaraes in. And
how do you pronounce his name?
Is it Guimaraes?
It's Bruno Guimaraes.
Oh, is it?
How you pronounce? I'm looking at Ollie, who, of course, speaks Portuguese. Is that right? Guimaraes. Bruno Guimaraes. Is that right?
We'll call him Bruno.
Guimaraes. It took me ages to phonetically write that down. Let's call him Bruno Guimaraes.
Guimaraes. Yeah, when he came, he didn't play the first 4 or 5 games because Eddie Howe improved John Joe Shelby because he had Joe Ellington in the remarkable turnaround that he's had. Okay, he signed as a forward, but absolutely outstanding. Just won their player of the season, I think. Their fan player of the season.
Like
brilliant.
Let's speak to some Newcastle fans. Gary's first up. Gary, good afternoon to you.
Hi, gents.
How are you?
Very well, yourself?
How do you pronounce Bruno Guimaraes?
Don't try and say it, just say Bruno, it's easier.
Bruno's easier, okay, fine. I agree with you, actually, Gary. How excited are you, firstly, about what you've seen since Eddie Howe's come in?
Last night I thought Newcastle were brilliant. But from the first goal...
Gary, I'm terribly sorry. I don't mean to sound rude. Let's call Gary back. The line's awful.
His hair drying his hair at the time, I think.
As opposed to hair drying?
His baldness.
Wow, you hair dry baldness. We'll get Gary and his bald head back in just a moment. Let's speak to Dom. Hello, Dom.
Hello, guys. You're right.
Oh, that's much clearer. Hi, Dom. Off you go.
Basically, I just can't believe how unreal we've been since Eddie Howe took over. And I hear you guys talking about if we can get top 4. I don't want top 4 next season. And that sounds really strange to say, but it's simply for the fact that I don't want us to do too much too soon. Why? And then there'd be that expectation of us having to get top 4 every year.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous. Why? Hold on. Let's exaggerate this point to prove a point. Last day of the season next season, a 1-0 win at home to Bournemouth will get you top 4, right? Even a draw's good enough. Do you want to lose that game?
Oh, no, of course not.
Right, so you do want top 4?
In an ideal world, yes. But it's one of them where you don't want to do too much too soon.
I don't know. I think you want to build as quick as possible.
You certainly do. You certainly do, Dom, with what's happening behind the scenes, the finances, Newcastle. Imagine getting top 4 next season. What the type of calibre of player you could sign for the following season.
That's Champions League football in 2 years, Dom.
You'd be competing for the title within 2 years if you got top 4 next season.
It'd be crazy, and I'd love every minute of it. You know, this season's been such a rollercoaster from the start of the season. It shows as well how toxic the old regime was as well, with the fact that now, you know, we think we're talking about this sort of stuff. And again, it's testament to Eddie Howe and the job that he's done. You know, the players that he brought in, Bruno's been amazing.
Bruno who? What's his surname, Dom?
Guimaraes.
Guimaraes is how you say it. Say it with me.
I'm getting a Geordie to say that. I'm all wrong.
That's a very good point. You know, he has been outstanding.
And and like you said, he didn't play for the first 4 games, and I think that's due to, again, the testament of Eddie Howe, the fact that he improved players like Joe Linton, like John Joe Shelby, Joe Willock as well was a massive improvement on the first half of the season, and he had the chance then to wean him in and not have to just chuck him straight into the fire. And again, I think that was brilliant man management, and that's exactly what we've seen from Eddie Howe since he's come in. He's just been, to a man, he's been absolutely spot on.
What calibre of player then? Obviously, Andy asked me the calibre of player that obviously linked with Jesse Lingard last season. What calibre of player do you think Newcastle should be looking at to even compete for European football?
I like the look of Darwin Núñez and that sort of player where they've played in Europe, they know what it's about. I think we did well in January by getting in Premier League proven players through like Dan Burn, Matt Targett. And looking for that little bit of extra quality, because I think there's been times this season where it's been missed. Jesse Lingard, for me, is a player that I'd particularly jump for joy at getting. Whilst he was amazing at West Ham, he's still living off a decent 6 months at West Ham 18 months ago.
Mm. Okay, thanks for your call, Dom. Let's quickly take one more. Kevin's a Newcastle fan. Hello, Kev.
Hi, good afternoon, lads. How are you doing?
Hi, Kev.
Were you there last night?
I was indeed.
Tell me about the atmosphere. What's it like inside St James's now?
Well, considering we haven't won anything for many years, the atmosphere, I don't think, would be rivaled anywhere in the UK. That atmosphere last night was electric.
Is that just because Ant and Dec were there?
Clever. No, I think the performance on the pitch and the way the crowd are supporting the team and the new owners is unbelievable. Mm. We're on a mission to go forward, whether it takes next season or the year after. I think we will do something, depending on the buys that we make in the summer.
I don't know if you heard the last call. He said he didn't want to do too much too early. He doesn't necessarily want top 4. I sort of understand it, but at the same time, I don't. What's your view on that?
Well, I think we've waited long enough to get to the position where we could actually push forward. And if we get the right acquisitions in the summer, we'll push as far as we can up the league. I mean, if I listened to talkSPORT last night, it was all about Arsenal and Tottenham. Very little commentary about how well Newcastle played last night. So I think we need to turn the whole press around about Newcastle. When we do something, then we become the topic of the day rather than being like the second-class citizens as we've always been treated. And people think that we're deluded up here, but we've waited a long time for any form of success. And I think Eddie Howe's the man to take it forward on it.
I totally agree. Kev, what do you do with Alain Saint-Maximin? Because I'm seeing there's been a little bit of a turn with the supporters and Saint-Maximin. Do you keep him and build a team around him, or do you get signings in, not to replace him as such, but, he can be in and out of the team?
Well, I think last night he started to show a different side of his ability. He was passing the ball quite a lot, and whether that's due to the fact that Callum Wilson's in the team again, but he looked a different player. I would keep him at 100%, but not just to build a team around him. You've got lots of other individuals who, Bruno, Joe Willock, and others to join, maybe Núñez, who are going to have a big part to play, and I think Maximin will actually excel when they're on the pitch. And I think he'll cause major problems for other teams.
Kev, listen, thanks for phoning up. Tell me Bruno's surname. How do you pronounce it?
Guimaraes.
Yeah, a lot of people... It's Guimaraes. Say Guimaraes to me.
That's the Geordie version.
I won't even attempt that version. Kev, you're a superstar. Thanks so much for listening and phoning up as well.
Thank you very much.
There you go, Kevin, the very happy Newcastle fan, as a lot of Newcastle fans are at the moment. Understandably, we'll carry on taking your calls. 03 717 223344.